Alright, next on this hot mess of a tarot profile. The first episode and previously we had my card pop out as the first one to go, which was kind of terrifying and a bunch of BS because I just, when any deck just spits out my card like that, it's like, okay, forget this deck then. But anywho, next card we're going to be going and talking about. And I'm just going to be going about it this way because it's more fun because you never know what you're going to get, and it's going to be that one. Is the Five of Swords. Okay. Five of Swords. Well, breaking it down. The Suit of Swords is about mentality, way of thinking, speaking, communicating. It's also known as the darkest suit of the tarot deck because with thoughts and the way you communicate, they can be sharp as a sword and kill stuff. But also, the sword being a weapon you can rip toys and defend yourself with. Now, going through the numerology thing, 5 is the card. 5 is the number that is related to conflict. It's also, of all the numbers in the tarot, 5 is the number that tends to have the stuff being going like, uh-oh. It was like there's going to be some Mortal Kombat happening, or there's going to be some depression, or there's going to be some vanity, and like here. Or there may even be being without any kind of physical comfort. Don't mind my energy shot there. So looking at the Five of Swords, well, in this image we have someone going, ah, 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 I won, and then we have Hanky and Panky down there going, mmm, and he just defeated them, he won their 2 swords. Now, what that's saying is that in a reality, neither side has won. One is thinking that he's won, but in reality, those 2 people down there could be his once friends. And now he's taking the glory of winning and pretty much spewing it out to the world, not knowing that he pretty much lost 2 of his friends, possibly. But also, he's going to be taking on more ways of thought and way more ways of thinking and taking it on and using it in a way that is only bettering him and leaving his friends who actually have the thoughts and ways of expression, out in the cold and like, okay, no one cares, I won, so off with you. Now, going about it in regards to like a reading or any kind of spread, if you're asking probably about anything regarding about physical finance or any kind of physical health or anything regarding money, work, or anything regarding pentacles, you might be having some kind of work-related issue pop up that regards like somebody saying stuff to like cripple you or saying stuff that's just kind of not necessary and just really trying to put you down to get them up higher or to get what they want achieved and leave you in the dust. But regarding your health, this might be a sign that you're probably listening to somebody who really only wants you to be on pharmaceutical drugs and take their advice so that way you can keep coming back to them for more visits. Regarding communications in air, you might be dealing with someone who is narcissical, or might be dealing with someone who only thinks of themselves and doesn't care about who they hurt. They only just want to get everyone's way of communication, hence the swords again, taken away from them so that way they have the full power and no one can defend themselves and or say anything in response to them. As a fire or an obstacle, or trying to figure out an obstacle in this way, it's challenging you to stop being a prick. I hate to put it that way. Keep your mouth shut and stop thinking that you have to cut others down in order to win. Because I can say one thing, if you're thinking you're going to be victorious by just being all, well, I don't care what you have to say because it's all about me, well, you need to get pushed off a cliff. I hate to put it that way, but it's for real. Because there's nothing more vile and disgusting than not allowing someone to speak what they have to speak, not giving them room to speak, and being so inconsiderate that once you take away their way of speaking and communicating and their sense of self-worth, you flaunt it, and you flaunt it out to the world saying, look at that. Look at this poor soul that I pretty much won't let talk, and I have full power and dominion over. Aren't I cool? No, you're not. In fact, you're kind of a loser. When regarding about a situation involving emotions, you might be dealing with somebody who is manipulating you and controlling you, or is spreading BS about you and is trying to make you look like the criminal, and them, the one who is the victim or the one that is knowing what's best for you, which is near impossible because nobody knows what's best for you except you. When it comes to an advice, again, just like with the challenge, keep your mouth shut, stop boistering yourself, and the best way to resolve this kind of a situation is just let other people talk and be considerate. It's not that hard. It's not that difficult to keep your mouth shut and listen. A lot of people struggle with that, and I don't understand why. To me, it's simple. Listen and zip it. Now, regarding this card in terms of using it magically, I don't know why you'd want to use it this way, but because, since we're getting all scrutiny here with pieces of cardstock, if you want to have a conflict happen, there you go. You can have a conflict happen by having this card be used in a way to taunt a conflict happening between two people or three people, or between entities, to have them start going at one another. But also, this card, funny enough, you can use this card to increase your self-confidence because, I mean, look at the twat head. Aha, I'm smart, I got one. Aha. Okay, and funny enough, really, that's a good way to actually use this card in a positive context, to hit yourself with it, to think, okay, now I'm going to just feel this positivity from this twat head and just be more confident in myself. You can use it that way. But now, if you're wanting to have a conflict, just go ahead and kick it. There you go. You just pretty much turn the card's effect the opposing way. Instead of it being all about being a twat head, it's all about, being self-sacrificing instead. Now, in regards to actually reading the card's energy reversed, I prefer not to do it that way. But if it has to be done, it has to be done. I'm not going to include it in these segments because it's just overcomplicated in my opinion. But that was the Five of Blades. I prefer to call them Blades. We'll see what card pops up next time and tomorrow.